All right, how's everybody doing? I'm Jack, and this is Ashley over here. And today we're going to be making some pasta salad. So, first of all, we went shopping and got all our stuff at the local Food Lion. Started off with Garden Rutini,
The twirly pasta.
the twirly pasta. Usually, when you're doing pasta salad, you want to have something that is easy to cook and also easy to eat with a fork. So you don't want to really have spaghetti or any of the long pasta. You want something fairly short that's easy to eat. So we use the rotini. Also, a butterfly pasta is also easy to use too. We're using 16 ounces or a pound of pasta. We actually already have that going in the background, cooking already, so we can abbreviate the show a little bit. We're only here for 15 minutes today. But Ashley's going to go ahead and kick us off by introducing some of our other ingredients.
Okay, well, the good thing about pasta salad is it's really up to your discretion what you want to add. Most people add like vegetables and cheese and stuff like that. Some people like to add ham and other meats in there, but we're not going to today. We're just going to add the most basic ingredients that the majority of people use. First thing, we got 6 ounces of large pitted ripe olives. You want them pitted. We got the black olives, which ends up being about a cup of olives that we're going to end up cutting up later. And then we have just one of these little boxes of grape tomatoes. You can get cherry tomatoes, any kind of tomatoes you want, but these are really easy to cook up or cut up into small little pieces. And
also, we have over here to kind of finish off our vegetables. We have whole green pepper that we're going to chop up and put in there. And some people like to add onion too. We didn't add that today, but that's another option. And also we have some mild cheddar cheese we're going to throw in there. Some other types of cheese you can use for pasta salad, like Ashley said. It's really up to your discretion, whatever you want to put in. We chose cheddar. Some people like to use feta cheese. Some people use goat cheese. Some people use blue cheese. It's whatever you want to do. So, and then we got over here. What do you got over there, Ashley?
we have the Italian dressing, which is what you put on pretty much all pasta salad. Unless you want to do like vegetable oil and stuff like that. But yeah, we're going to use Italian dressing, probably about a cup, but it's really it's like kind of a guess and test, whatever you like.
Right. It's always good to use some kind of flavoring as far as dressing for your pasta salad, because if you just use the regular ingredients, it'll be kind of bland. So you got to have something to spice it up a little bit, which is what we use the dressing for. So we're going to actually go ahead and move to our next step, which is washing and cleaning our vegetables. Alright, so now we're at the sink and we're going to be washing and cleaning our vegetables. We're going to start off with our green pepper here. You want to kind of rinse stuff off nice and well, because a lot of these foods come straight out of the supermarket and they still have pesticides on them. They've been boxed, but they haven't been rinsed. So always a good idea to wash your food before you prep it and put it in whatever you're eating. We've also got here now we got the grape tomatoes. And containers like this, they usually make them with little, as I'm dumping everywhere, they usually make little slits in the bottom, so you don't really have to remove them. You can just put the container directly into the sink and go ahead and rinse everything off nice and good. You want to move everything around, making sure you're getting it from all angles. It's always good to use hot water when you're rinsing your vegetables. That can also kill off some of that extra bacteria. Every little bit helps. And then we actually previously washed these are our black olives here, which we previously washed. Another cool trick with the black olives or anything canned is if you buy something canned, a lot of those products have a lot of salt and sodium buildup, because that's part of the process they use to keep the food good for a longer period of time in the can. But when we can wash some of that off is to simply drain your can first of all. Where's our can over here? So we've got our can here. So you cut that top, go ahead and cut the top off of your can, drain the vegetables, put it in, or whatever it may be. Put it in maybe a little measuring cup such as this. Run some water over it, and then you can dump it into a what is the word I'm thinking of?
Strainer.
A strainer. Then you want to strain them, and then after you rinse off, they say you can actually rinse off between 60 and 80% of that salt and sodium buildup. So that's another good way to make sure you're eating healthy. All right.
Okay, so now we're going to be cutting up all our ingredients. Jack has the olives over there, which he's just going to be cutting in halves or thirds or whatever you like to use, really. It's up to you. And I've got the grape tomatoes here. I'm just going to cut these. I'm probably using the worst knife for this, but that's okay. I'm probably just going to cut these in half because...
They're fairly small as it is.
Yeah,
so
we're just trying to make a quick dish. If you want to get really intricate, you can cut it up as many times as you want, but...
It still tastes the same, as Mama always said.
Yeah, and Jack's got the olives over there.
Want to be careful when you're cutting because you don't want to lose any digits or get any blood. If you do happen to cut yourself, always you want to stop and wash your hands, bandage it up really nice. You don't want to have that in your dish, especially if you're cooking for guests. That's not a very polite thing to do.
No.
So
yeah, make sure your hands are washed before you touch
absolutely
anything.
That is actually one step we skipped and didn't show before the show.
But we did it, I promise.
We did do it though. Is wash our hands right before you prep food because you want to eat a clean and tasty meal, not one that has a bunch of dirt and fungus all over it.
And the pasta salad's great for the summer. A lot of people have the
Absolutely.
Memorial Day parties and stuff like that, or
Absolutely.
whatever day the pool opens. And it's great to bring, and it's so easy to make. You know, it only takes you like 10, 15 minutes, and you can just whip it together real fast if you need to bring something, and especially if you're not a good cook. Like, I'm not the best, and
it's definitely quick and easy. There's not really that many ingredients. I mean, shoot, what do we have? 6, 7 ingredients?
yeah, and you can really add whatever
Pretty cheap.
you want.
We spent less than $10.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a bargain. Great to bring to any potluck or cookout, like Ashley said, during the summertime. Because usually this dish we're going to have here is you refrigerate and serve cold. So it's a nice change up when you're having your hamburgers and hot dogs on the grill.
Yeah, and it's great because you know what I do? I take those solo cups, those red ones, and I just put the pasta salad in there and eat it with a fork.
There you go.
At parties, and it's just so easy.
Easy to go. It's
quick cleanup.
Easy to do and quick cleanup. There you go.
I think I have a good amount of grape tomatoes here.
We do.
And now I have the green pepper. You might not actually use all the green pepper, but green pepper has, let's put a knife here, has a lot of seeds in the middle. So you just want to cut around the sides like I'm doing. I'm an amateur cook, so.
No, she's doing a pretty good job.
And you just take this center here and just throw it up.
The core is no good.
And then with the green pepper, I like to slice it like this, long ways, if you can see. And then after I do all that, I just cut it this way. And just dice it into, little squares. Something you'd want to eat.
You just want to keep everything bite-sized, easy to eat. Also, you want to have it so it's easy to eat with a fork or spoon. You don't want to have anything cut up too small or too large. That makes it a little bit easier to eat, or harder to eat, I should say.
Yep.
There we go. Well, we're going to finish up the rest of our prep work here, and then we'll be back for when we're throwing everything together and doing our final preparation. Alright, so here we have our pasta in the pot. Now, in an ideal situation, you're going to want to use a strainer here, but we're college students, so we're poor and have not the correct item. So what I've got here is a little spatula with some holes in it, so I'm going to very carefully just press down on the pasta like this, and then just tip it, and try not to dump as much pasta as I can. I'm probably going to lose a few bits here and there, but for the most part, actually I haven't lost any yet, knock on wood. Oh, there they go. So we're just going to finish draining this as much as we can. Got most of it there. So now we've got our strained pasta here, which we are going to throw into our prep bowl next, and then begin adding our other ingredients. Alright, we finished up our prep. Now we're going to go ahead and put it together. So we've got our big bowl here that we're going to be putting the salad in. First we're going to go ahead and put our pasta in there. Our mildly strained pasta. Actually looks pretty good. We would suggest when cooking to actually have all the the proper utensils that we have.
This is the college version.
This is the college
pasta
version.
salad.
But it looks pretty good so far, so we'll go with it.
It looks great.
All right, so we've got our pasta in the bowl. We'll actually take over a little bit.
Okay, now we're just going to add all the ingredients. I forgot to mention, with the cheese, we just diced it up into little cubes, like this size, little bite size.
There you go.
And, yeah, we're just going to dump everything in. We also don't have a cutting board because we use paper towels, if you didn't notice.
Yeah, basically this step is fun because you just got to throw everything in. There's not really any rhyme or reason to it.
Yay! As much as you want, it's up to you. If you like tomatoes a whole lot, add as many as you want.
We've lost a couple things here and there, but
doing that.
that's all right. We made more than enough.
Now look, we have all of our ingredients on the top.
There you go.
We should still have to mix in.
Yep, you just got to give it a little toss there.
And yeah, we're just gonna mix that up in can.
Got our measuring cup here. We're gonna measure out some dressing.
I'm just gonna use a cup to start out with. That's probably gonna be.
Some people make it different ways. Some people, if you're watching your calories, they'll use a little bit less.
Yeah, my dad adds like a little drop.
But we like to have a little bit more than that.
Yay!
Because we're going for flavor over health right now.
All right, there's a cup. Just gonna pour that in, and then we just have to
I'm gonna mix it around a little
mix
bit.
everything up.
In this recipe, we didn't have to, but also make sure if you're ever cutting any kind of raw meat or poultry or fish or anything like that, not to use that utensil to mix the rest of your ingredients with unless you wash it thoroughly, because that is a great way to get some foodborne illness, which is no fun. So we wouldn't suggest that. So we'll keep stirring this up a little bit more here. And I think that looks pretty good.
Yep.
And here we go.
We're all done.
Ta-da!
You can pop it in the refrigerator
Finished product. Yeah, we're steaming it a little bit. So what you want to do is maybe chill it for 10 minutes before you eat.
and then all the flavors like infuse together and
There you
it
go.
tastes
So-
better. But we're probably just gonna eat it right now because we're starving.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us. We hope you guys enjoyed our recipe, and go ahead and make it this summer. It's delicious.
Have fun with your pasta salad.